What up, everybody? This Saturday, July 26th, Reality of Wrestling proudly brings to you its Summer of Champions pay-per-view, taking place at the Humble Civic Center. Go to realitywrestling.com to get your tickets, or for more details. This show is going to be jam-packed with so many guests. Diamond Dallas Page, Teddy Long, Carlito recently announced would be a guest making an appearance. Who knows what else he's going to do. But the entire roster of Reality Wrestling will be there. Diamonds Division, a first ever Diamonds champion will be crowned in a battle royal, pitting all the Diamonds of Reality Wrestling. Also, a steel cage match for the Reality Wrestling heavyweight title. Diamond Dallas Page will be in the corner of Mysterious Q, the former television champion. He actually gave his belt up so that he could get the opportunity at the heavyweight championship. And the champion is the Samoan Beast, who is managed by none other than Stevie Ray. So, man, this is going to be a jam-packed show. I'm expecting great things. Just happy to be a part of it. So, realitywrestling.com to get your details or to purchase your tickets. But please support the product. It's such a great product. And also go to realitywrestling.com in case you're not anywhere around the Humble or Houston or Conroe area and want to see the show. You can get it at realitywrestling.com, I think, July 27th for $4.99. Yes, that's right. Not $499. $4.99. You can actually watch it in its entirety. Man, I'm just really ecstatic, really excited. I know a lot of people that are excited for the show. So, yeah. Speaking of Reality Wrestling, my guest this week is the first ever Reality Wrestling heavyweight champion. Guy from North California who moved to Houston 2 years into his wrestling career. We talk about that, the transition, all of that. Man, we talk about him winning the first ever Reality Wrestling heavyweight title, and a little backstory, really interesting backstory about that evening. We also talk about the infamous tables match he was involved in, a match that made it on Botchamania, but we talk about the tables match, very infamous tables match. We talk about his tryout with WWE, his numerous visits to them, as well as going to a couple of the tryouts, and a really great conversation about the promo that he had, one of the very few first promos that he got to film in front of some WWE brass. And we talk about life imitating art and dating coworkers and whatnot. I'm talking about none other than Rockstar Robbie Gilmore. But one other piece of business before I bring to you our conversation. I will probably post this week in celebration of the upcoming pay-per-view. I'm going to post my sit-down interview or conversation with Abel Andrew Jackson. Very much looking forward to having all of you see that. Really lots of fun. As much fun as I had with my conversation with Robbie Gilmore. Also, August 16th, I will be returning to Arlington, Texas, but not to wrestle. No. I am the guest of honor. I'm going to be roasted. I don't have a lot of details. I was approached about what I want to be the guest of honor and be roasted by a bunch of wrestlers who I'm friends with, or, have been enemies and friends and all that, and traveled this wonderful, wacky world of professional wrestling, and I agreed to it. I'm honored to be a part of it. I'm honored to be the guest of honor. Very much looking forward to it. August 16th in Arlington, Texas. As I get more details, I will forward them on to you. But without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy my conversation with the first ever Reality Wrestling heavyweight champion, none other than Rockstar Robbie Gilmore. Until the next time, later. Oh my God, it's Rockstar Robbie.
What?
Oh my God! Now I wish I had like a live studio audience.
That would be
females, and they just one throws their shirt at you, or their
catch
panties.
the panties in my mouth.
Oh my God! How you doing, man?
Excellent, man. How are you?
I'm good. I did the Hercules arms workout.
How's that?
That is the most brutal arm workout I've ever had. It is trisets, and it's like 4 sets of 12, and it's like preacher curls, barbell curls, dumbbell curls, 4 sets of 12, and you just do, so you're doing like 36 reps. Oh my, that took half an hour. The biceps alone, and then we did the triceps, and it's rope push down, overhead extensions, and dips to failure. But the same thing, like 4 sets of 12.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I couldn't do regular dips. I have a bit of a pec issue right now, which is not fun. I'm just trying to keep working it and hope it doesn't. It's like a rubber band right now, so hopefully it doesn't snap. So, like all muscles. But
so if you do this workout, are you guaranteed to get rock arms?
I don't know. But Sam was real big about, before we did the workout, she's like, I'm not trying to tone up. I'm like, what? It's all muscle. Just as long as it looks, let's just try this workout. And then she's like, oh, we'll throw in shoulders. And after the workout, the last dips, she was like, nope. It's like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing it. We did like 20 minutes of cardio, but that was a cardio workout in itself. Like, I was drenched, but I did tell her it was literally the hardest workout. And right now he's got that, chest and back. It's all on Facebook right now, or like Hercules.com or whatever. I'm not going to give it a plug.
So if I'm on this workout for like 4 weeks,
it's a 12-week. No, it's 12 weeks.
12. Okay, so in 12 weeks you're guaranteed to get.
You're
the Rock
guaranteed to look like the Rock.
I am getting on this workout.
With no assistance.
Oh my God!
Apparently, because he's got no assistance. At least if you ask Sam, no assistance. I'm like, he's on the Hollywood water. I don't know what to tell you.
He got to Hollywood.
So you did the wrestling compadres.
Yes.
Now with those, because some podcasts are like that. They give you like a 15-minute, hey, let's check in with so and so, and it's a real quick. But I learned something. Like you came out of California. How long had you been training? When did you get your start?
To the day September 23rd, 2005 was the first day I actually started training, and trained out in California. Worked out there it was pretty much exactly 2 years, and then moved out here in September of 2007.
Wow.
So.
And you moved here because the North Cali wrestling scene was kind of bare?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you had a couple of decent promotions and all that, and then you had a couple of, real good promotions down in Southern California.
Like PWG.
Your Progress and Gorilla. They had a couple of real big lucha shows out there at the time, Lucha Vavoom.
Okay.
And a couple of other places down there in Southern California that were just huge, but I wasn't able to get out there at the time just because I didn't, I didn't.
You were like 2 years in, so it was kind of,
yeah. So I was like, okay, well, Book has a school out in Houston. Let's go, start something new, start fresh. Came out here, realized, man, I need to get retrained pretty much.
Yeah.
And, rest is history.
So speaking of the training, okay, so you're training in California. How is it different at Books?
I came out here to Houston, and I knew how to bump pretty much. I could take just about anything. I could give just about anything also, but I didn't know anything about psychology.
Yeah.
I was talking to Russell. I think the first thing he ever asked me was, okay, so the basic layout to a match, right? What?
Oh,
what are you talking
nice,
about, really?
nice.
So
I'm in so much trouble. What do you mean layout?
It was so bad. So I had to get retrained, pretty much by Russell and Book about match psychology and all that. And it was great, but at least I knew how to bump and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, don't feel bad. I think every guy who breaks in. Like when I broke in, they taught me the moves, but they taught me nothing about match layout.
Yeah.
Like the 5, I didn't understand the 5 till I got to Books, and I had been wrestling on TV and still did not realize there were 5. I knew 3. I knew the 3, but when they were like, no, there's extra steps, I was like, what do you mean extra steps? Man, no. So yeah, don't feel bad. The psychology stuff, I think only at Books really. I've been to a few places. I've gone to a few places and I've watched them train. And it's not, the psychology is not something that they really even discuss. And then I look at what they're doing at Books now, with the cameras and such, it's like, man, you guys are doing a whole nother world.
Oh yeah.
So you got here September 07. How hard was it to transition moving wise? Like, I mean, your training's one thing, and they're telling you're telling yourself, oh man, I just really have to relearn this stuff. But then, just the idea of moving. Like, I moved from Arlington to here, and I had family, so I was kind of lucky, but it wasn't like close family, and they were very strict. So I was very quickly looking forward to living out on my own. I didn't have a plan when I came here. Like, did you have a plan? Did you were like, okay, I've got a job lined up, or was it like, nah, man, I'm just gonna pack up my car and I'll figure it out.
I didn't have a job lined up, anything like that. I remember at the time when I had left, I was actually working in the meat department at a Safeway out there, which is Randall's out here.
Oh, okay.
And I was doing that, but moved out here, had no job. And about 3 weeks, I want to say, into moving out here, I do have family that live out here. I went to an HEB and went to go shop and all that, and saw they had some applications and said, hey, what the hell, let's fill out an application. And 45 minutes later, I ended up getting a call saying, hey, we need some people here, come on in for an interview. Got the job the next day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. You've done the indies for a little bit. And you've tagged with a few guys, you and Ruthless Ryan, TASW, like I want to say, because it was a battle royal where you guys won the titles, and you guys were kind of feuding, and I think I told Bob, like, wouldn't it be great if you had tag team partners that really just didn't like each other? I found that entertaining, but you guys rarely defended.
That really, it irks me. It's one of the things that I've never... we're doing so much stuff right now, but it still bothers me that me and Ryan didn't get a chance to defend the
like a
titles.
real run with them, right? Because there was so much potential. I think we filmed something for Behind the Curtain where we actually had filmed you guys. We did like an interview with you two, and you guys wouldn't face each other, I think. You guys were totally like, we do not see eye to eye. And I was like, man, there's so much we could get out of this stuff, because you guys were like two of the more entertaining guys at TASW. And with PWA, you teamed up with Ransom.
Yeah. It was with
how was that, like the PWA stuff? I mean, because you held the titles, what, like 6 times?
6 times.
Wow.
6 times with
Rockin'
Rough.
Rockin' Rough.
RUFF.
Oh, nice.
Rockin' Rough.
Nice. So how was it to team up with Ransom?
At first, I remember we had our first match as Rockin' Rough. I'm trying to remember exactly who. Actually, wait, no, we had the first match as Rockin' Rough against the Usos.
Oh, okay.
Back, it was, I want to say it was a Slamuary or something like that. I can't remember exactly. I want to say it was Slamuary 2008.
Okay.
Something like that. And we had our match against them. It was the Usos and Trouble.
Oh, okay. I remember, yes, we talked about her at the last, me and Kevin talked about her.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with against Rockin' Rough and Kelly Kevin.
And really, so it was like a 6-man, or just an obstacle course. Okay.
Yeah. And it ended up in a big schmaz, something like that.
Okay.
But that was the first match we had. And I remember being at the school and Book saying that me and Ransom were going to be tag team, and I'm like, hell, you serious? Rockstar and Cowboy? But no, don't do this.
Oh, man.
And, it worked out. We had, pretty good chemistry together and, held the tag titles for on 6 different occasions. So
Nice. And any other belts that you hold at PWA?
I held, I was a heavyweight champion at PWA. March, I want to say it was March of 2010, 2011.
Okay.
Something like that. Beat Matt Chambers.
Okay.
And that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Never held the Iron Man title.
Oh, man.
But
you held the big time.
Exactly. It's all really counts, right?
Now I brought you into IWE. we talked about getting you Benefans, I think, at one point.
Yes.
And I brought you in as a good guy, babyface. But the fans, I had a certain group of fans who just didn't like you. And what's the story by? Because they were like, oh, he knows why. And I was like, what do you mean he knows why? Because they were the same fans. Like, I would be in tag matches at PWA and do absolutely nothing. And I would, like, hold the rope. And they were like, hold that rope. Hold it. Like, so I was like, okay, no, that's cool, whatever. But yeah, I was like, you're beating like our most hated villain, and they're still like booing you. So, what was the story?
Yeah, that's the thing. I really don't know what the story was. I don't. I remember being at the first IWE show, and this is always going to stick out in my mind, and we had a video package playing before the show. And then we had the ring announcer come out saying who exactly was going to be on the card. And, we had your Adrian Sensations, we had your Ryan Davidsons, appearance by Steve DeMarco, and then Rockstar Robbie. And I distinctly remember one fan saying, F Rockstar Robbie, and screaming it at the top of his lungs. I'm like, you kidding me?
Wow.
And I have to go out there, and I was the first match that night against Adrian Sensation.
Yeah.
And, I can't remember who came out first and all that, but, I was supposed to be the baby face and all that, and I just got eaten alive. It was so bad. But that's one of those things that you just never forget, and it just... I don't know why. I really don't, but you live and learn.
Oh man, you beat me for a title, GCPPW.
GCPPPPW.
Yes, you were the HPW champ, because at that point you didn't have to deal with all the initials. What did you think when Book rebranded at first from PWA? You were still, you were there throughout that, and then he rebrands. Because I've asked Kevin about it, and I've asked Ryan about it, but what, for you, like, hearing about the rebranding, and we're going to start doing stuff on YouTube, like, what was your thought with all that?
Yeah, I was excited just because we were going to get more footage out of it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, we occasionally would have, like the PWA, match of the week, something like that would get posted on the website and all that. But not a whole lot of actual show footage that we could use. Us working cameras and all that. So I was excited about that. But the initial thing that I remember when I heard the name ROW from PWA, and I initially didn't really care for the name. It just sounded awkward. But what is it? 2 years into it, almost 2 years into it. It's really grown on me. I like it a lot, and I think we definitely made the better move. And it's pretty cool being able to have us go from being on YouTube every week pretty much to TV now and see how far we've come. It's pretty amazing.
Now you were the first ROW champion, heavyweight champion. Like, you won a battle royal, I think.
Battle royal, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me what that was like for you.
Okay, so backstory with this. We had three show tapings, I think it was that night.
Yeah.
And I was already in a match that night, and it was a fatal four-way. It was myself, Jared Steele, Abel Andrew Jackson, and I want to say, I can't remember if it was Mitch Baxter or not, but it was a four-way. And in the four-way, maybe 3 minutes into the match, I took a superplex from Jared Steele. And right off the top, took the superplex, and as soon as I landed, I went left side of my lower back first.
Oh, wow.
And I hit the mat, I tried to stand up, and if you actually look at the video, you see me try and stand up, and my left leg gives out.
Oh.
I couldn't stand. So I'm pulling myself up, and as I'm pulling myself up, I think Jared's coming after me, and I go to throw a punch, which was probably if you go back and watch watch the match, please don't pay attention to that punch because it was probably the worst punch I've ever thrown, just because I couldn't actually step into it.
Yeah.
And I go to the back after the match. Crap, I have to do this battle royal.
Yeah.
This is not good. And I didn't know it was actually for the title at the time until right before I went out there. Mm-hmm. And like, crap, this sucks. So I remember being in the back for about an hour before the battle royal, trying to stretch the hell out of my back.
Yeah.
And you'd think that you wouldn't have to do too much in a battle royal, but when you can barely stand and you're of course the last two in there, and you have to go another 4 or 5 minutes, pretty much going one-on-one.
Yeah.
It's not really the easiest task.
Yeah.
So I won the title that night, barely able to walk.
Mm.
So that was a lot of fun.
Oh man! Now during your title reign, you had probably the most infamous match in recent wrestling history. I mean, it's on Botchamania. The entire ending of that match with Booker T commentary is on Botchamania. It's a big highlight. Like, I wasn't at that show, but people were like, "You have to see this insane." Now, as a competitor, and you guys kind of okay, we're gonna get to this point. Here comes the big table break. And then it doesn't break. And it's with Pride, right?
It's with Pride.
And what's your thought process? Because how many table break attempts did you guys go through?
If you look at the tape that was released for the ROW show, I think it only shows about 6 or 7 attempts.
Okay.
But there was actually 10.
10?
There were 10 attempts, and a couple of them were edited out. Probably for the better. But
these guys aren't even trying to break the table. Let's cut that one out.
It was just, it was so bad that it was good. That the table not breaking is really what made the match.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a solid match in general, between me and Pride and all that. But I just remember going up, okay, going for the elbow. Let's do this, and landed. And I remember the table leg breaking and the table actually not breaking. And I remember the bell ringing and I look up and I see the first few people in the front row going, really? The table didn't even break. Wow. And my music hits and I start actually telling Stash, restart the match, restart the match, restart the match. And Book thankfully read my mind.
Nice.
Restarted the match.
He was thinking the same thing.
Thank
we ain't doing that.
God. So we do the elbow drop, and we had an idea for before that we actually wanted to do, but we wanted the elbow drop for the actual finish. But,
yeah.
They wanted me and Pride wanted to do this backdrop spot. It's like, okay, let's do the backdrop. So we go out, get another table since the other table's broken. Mm-hmm. Go to the apron, do the backdrop spot. And I remember as Pride's floating down to the table, I turn around just so excited that this match is about to end. And he bounces off the table. and he hits it. And he bounces and the table falls over and I go, damn, that sucks. So he's crawling toward the back, and I actually, me looking like I'm losing my cool on camera was actually me losing my cool on camera, telling him to get his ass back over here, you're going through this table. So, was it 6 or 7 attempts later, he finally goes through the table, and
or 10 attempts.
Or 10 attempts, yeah. And, he goes through the table with the most powerful move in pro wrestling today, which we proved, the attitude adjustment. It works.
Oh my God.
So out of, back body drops, elbow drops off the top rope, German suplexes, all that stuff, we proved that the attitude adjustment is the most powerful move in pro wrestling.
You want to break a table, attitude adjustment.
Oh my God.
So, like everyone, I've asked everyone this, everyone with reality wrestling, we get the national TV notification, and immediately, like, kind of, here's good news, guys. You got this great television deal. You thought the Cube was great. No, we're going national. And we're like, oh, sweet. Bad news, you can't wrestle anywhere. And I've talked to Kevin about it, and I got the lowdown as to the why. And me and him personally, I had talked to him, and I'll share this story because I talked to him about the GCPPW show. By that point, you're the champ. I don't think it was my last show there. I think I wrestled AJ Rush, and I remember talking to you and going. I mean, I think it was like the day after hearing about the exclusivity thing. I remember telling you, like, and I know I'm going to have this good match with AJ Rush, but the shame of it all is really no one's going to see it because it's one can. I mean, I really enjoyed working for GCPPW or NHPW and Curtis and all them. Nothing but loads of respect, but it was, at the same time, it's like I had already told Kevin, like, that's cool, man. Whatever. I'm already looking to kind of take a break and do my stuff on the back end. But for you, I mean, you were GCPPW's champ. I think you were like. What were you at TASW? Did you hold something or pretty?
Not at the time, actually. At TASW, I'd actually already lost the. Actually, no, I was a tag champ. I was doing kind of like a back and forth thing, still with Ryan.
Yeah, because you've been champs for like a while, and then they finally went, well, let's break. Because you guys couldn't even defend him. Like the few times y'all would get to defend him, I think one show you couldn't be there, so I think Gustavo was his partner, and then there was one show where he couldn't be there, and I think Kevin Kelly was your partner. Yeah. So it was but back to the exclusivity thing. Now, again, you're wrestling quite a bit. We're all told go wrestle as many places as you can, get as much experience as you can. You're trying to do the right thing. You're working the proper guys, doing the proper stuff. But then you get the exclusivity thing. Now, like for you, I mean, being active. What was going through your head as far as getting that kind of?
I remember us actually talking at Hurricane after we found out about the exclusivity thing, and I wasn't ready to take a break just yet, but I remember telling you that night, I want to say it was a few months later, I was actually planning on taking a break and just focusing on ROW, just because of going back to my back issue, which has never fully cleared up. I still have some sciatica issues with my back.
They never go away.
They never go away.
Yeah, I've tried all kinds of stuff. I've yoga all the time, and if I don't do yoga for a while, it's like, sorry, your back.
Yeah.
There are days. I mean, honestly, man, I will try to get out of the chair, and I'm going, okay, well, come on, and come on, man. No. And then I finally get up. But there are some days, man. There are some days. Before I started doing yoga, it was, so man, I feel your pain. It is like constantly just trying to
It
fight
sucks.
it.
I mean, I'm only 27, and there's days where I'm just, trying to get out of bed, and it's just the biggest pain in the ass ever, But I just remember being like, okay, well, this sucks. I'm the HPW champion right now, but it's probably for the best. If I'm gonna take it to the next level, which I'd love to do, I'm trying to get to the next level. And it's definitely for the best. As much as it sucks, I just felt bad, for the promoters, for Curtis, for Bob.
Guys, we love working for.
I mean, Bob, he had always, treated me great, treated me like, a superstar, which was awesome, And Curtis, in the same respect, he was great, always treated his guys great, always made sure you were taken care of. So for those two guys, I just felt bad that their, no offense to anybody, but their product was about to go downhill.
Because there were quite a few guys from Bucks exclusive, that are now exclusive. Speaking of taking it to the next level, now how many times have you been part of WWE as far as backstage or being on the list or anything like that?
It was last December. Last December, I want to say, marked my 26th show.
Wow.
With WWE, of course, doing double tapings and all that stuff for Raw and SmackDown and all that stuff, the 26th. So I've been doing stuff for them. My first show with them was February of 2010, right before WrestleMania 26.
Oh, wow.
So did my first show with them, and just it seems like every time they come to Texas, for the most part, I seem to get that lucky call.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun, really cool atmosphere, and just trying to get there on
You're
a
like,
full-time basis.
I never want to leave, guys.
You don't.
I hear just catering alone. Like, you walk in there, you go, oh my God.
Lobster ravioli.
Oh my God, really?
Ryan Davidson will tell you, lobster ravioli. Yes, amazing.
Wow.
But it's just amazing. You're there for 2-3 days, depending on what you're doing, and then you're leaving the arena after the second tape, and you're going, damn, back to the real world the next day. It sucks.
Yeah.
It really does. But it's such a cool atmosphere back there. Everyone for the most part, it's real approachable. It's just really cool.
Now, as far as, do they give you specifics of what to work on, or is it generalization, or is it really you can pick their brain and kind of figure out?
It's really a little bit of everything. The first few shows that I did with them, you'd hang out by the ring and you kind of just get called in to work on whatever. But over the last couple of years, it's changed a lot. Just because you're actually now with Regal for 2 days, so you're with him. You're pretty much taken under his wing. Of course, you and everyone else that you're with.
Yeah.
And the first day is usually like a Q&A kind of thing.
Oh, cool.
Picking his brain, asking questions and all that. And then the second day is usually matches and promos.
Okay.
So you'll do usually it's a singles match and a big tag match at the end.
Nice.
And then you get actually brought into pre-tapes. They tape you and you do a promo. First one I ever did was in Austin. Never forget it. It was in Austin. And I did it in front of Regal, Matt Stryker, and Brooklyn Brawler. Okay. And it was, a personal story about my mom and her cancer and all that.
Yeah, I heard about that one. What I heard was a really powerful promo, because you were talking about something not really wrestling related.
Yeah.
But because I think that's what's the deal. Give us a personal story.
Yeah.
And what I heard, and I mean, you clarify this, was had you cried at the end of it? Had you shed a tear, or had you just kind of let it gone above, this powerful promo that Vince would have probably been like, all right, buddy.
Yeah.
Really?
Pretty much.
Because again, you hear stuff of guys who just get signed because of this, that, the other. A guy in catering, he just says hi to the right person and go, hey, I like you. You hear stories like that, but I've never heard of if he'd only that. And I'm like, come on, it couldn't have been that. But it was literally.
He said, okay, he had asked me if it was a true story. I told him yeah, and he said, just the way you delivered everything and all that. And he said that I'm going to flat out be honest with you. If you would have cried during that promo and Vince McMahon was in this room, we would have given you an effing job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And when was that? Austin? What?
It was Austin in 2000, summer of 2011, maybe early 2012.
Wow! All right, man. Wow. Yeah, I just like I said, I'd always heard that, and I never asked you.
Yeah, I want to say that was one of my first times doing the whole thing with Regal.
Oh, okay. So that was one of the first times with where you're under his wing, kind of. Man, that's gotta be cool. Just to get him, pick his brain, I think,
It's really cool, I mean, he's straightforward with you and everything, The last time I was there, I had did a match, did a promo and all that stuff, and they actually asked me, what do you think is flat out holding you from getting a job right now? I said, honestly, my look. I'm working on my look, doing what I can, all that stuff. They said, okay, well, we were going to tell you the same thing. So keep doing what you're doing, work on your look, bring it back, and we'll go from there.
Wow.
I said, okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
So, and that was in December, last time I was there. So probably,
because I know they'll be here a couple of days after after the iPay-per-view.
After Summer Champions.
And who knows who's going to be at the iPay-per-view.
Yeah,
I'm kind of curious as to, like, because I know Book, I mean, everyone, top to bottom at ROW at this point is just literally going, it's all about the iPay-per-view.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't had a taping since June 14th, so it's like 6 weeks and you have all these people. It's going to be like stir crazy by the time the show rolls around. Now, who are you facing at the?
It's me and Evan Snow.
Evan Snow
in a rematch from a couple months ago at one of our.
It is like rock and rap collide. Collide. You could have your theme music being played by a live band. You could have his rap group play. Oh my God, it'd be like a battle.
Get Riff Raff to rap for him as he comes out. I mean, they both look kind of similar, you know. So if you can.
Oh my God!
Get that
and then he becomes a celebrity just because he has Riff Raff out there.
I mean, the same hair. You need to get a side by side of Evan Snow and Riff Raff. Make that happen.
That's a good opponent. I mean, you know, Evan. All kidding aside, I mean, really solid guy. Now on the show, your valet, I guess, is she your valet? Is that what's her official title when she walks out with you? What do they have her listed on the show for you? I mean, is she your girlfriend? Is she your benefan? Is she your valet?
I've always liked the term benefan.
Benefan.
The word benefan has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
When it comes to me, so I'm gonna stick with benefan. I like benefan.
Now, and you got, I mean, how is it having, like, she's attractive female and all that? Does life imitate art? I mean, are you guys?
You know, life was imitating art for a while. I mean, we're not together, you know, at this time and all that. You know, we're still very close, real good friends. And all that. So I mean, you kind of have to be. You can't let, you know, personal things come between, you know, business.
Affect the act. Yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, you know, while we're not together right now, we're still very close. You know, great friends. So that's where we stand right now as we speak. So you know, who knows what the future may hold.
Oh man, okay, cool. Now you talked about training and such, and kind of wanting to improve. What's your, like, workout regimen? How many days are you training?
I was on a kick of 19 days in a row at the gym.
Every day you were at the gym.
Every single day, with you know, of course, all, you know, weight training and of course cardio as well. I actually weighed myself at work yesterday, and of course, I'm sure, you know, of course, with clothes on, I was 200.5 pounds, which was the heaviest I've probably ever been, but in a good way. I don't really feel like I look bad at the moment. I feel pretty good. So right now, I'm about to start just shredding up before this pay-per-view. Tons of cardio, a lot of high reps and all that stuff. So I'm pretty excited to see what the final product's going to be.
Man, yeah, that's. I mean, everyone's gearing up for that. So what do you like to do when you're not wrestling or watching tape or anything like that? What?
I have no life.
No life? You're like, no, man, I don't. No movies or like.
Yeah, I mean, you know, movies. You know, video games. Hey, you know, everybody likes video games.
Yeah.
But honestly, man, just right now, at least the last 2 months, my whole life has been consumed with either going to the gym or wrestling in some form. I mean, even when I was wrestling every weekend for other promotions, I don't really feel like I was as busy then with wrestling as I am now.
Oh, wow.
Just because, I mean, of course, back, I would take all my shows seriously and all that stuff, but just with the pay-per-view coming up and, you know, focusing on, you know, my appearance and, of course, you know, what us talking about WWE's coming back and all that, you know.
Yeah, because you always have to, I always hear you have to, if they give you notes and you don't improve on those notes, they just go, oh.
Yeah.
All right.
He's not taking it serious, you know.
Man, that's...
So, and of course, I'm trying to go down to Orlando in September for their tryout.
Okay.
As well, so, You know, it's nonstop.
And I know I'm
It's
gonna have you
nonstop.
back after that tryout. I'm gonna ask you how it went.
It's going to be brutal, I know that.
Oh.
I've already done one tryout for them down in Tampa, and that was brutal enough, so I'm
Yeah.
sure this is going to be even worse.
Yeah, I heard Taylor Cinema. She went.
Yeah, I haven't had the chance to talk to her yet, but
Yeah, I hear she was because I was gonna try to get her on the show because of all the nutrition, the work. I mean, because she's such a fitness junkie, you know. Like, but again, for the tryout aspect, because I wanted to hear like the cardio aspect, like the drills that they do, all that stuff. Because I mean, I've done tryouts, but they're not nearly as cardio intensive as when I did gut check. It wasn't. I mean, it was kind of the tried and true. Oh, lock up, everyone, lock up, everyone, run a quick spot. You know, headlock, do a quick spot. The basic like international spot, and then it was cut a promo, and then okay, well, we'll have a match. But, you know, but I hear these other ones, the WWE stuff's really.
Yeah, doing back then, of course, it was an FCW. You know, back in Tampa, and it was broken down as a 4-day tryout.
Okay.
It was 3 days of just getting killed with drills, and actually, I'm sorry, 2 days of drills, 1 day of matches, and then your last day was just all promos.
Oh wow!
But and that was with Dusty Rhodes. That was just amazing.
Nice.
But the drills, 7-8 hours of going from ring to ring to ring to ring, 4 rings, doing various drills, whether it was submissions with and pin variation with Norman Smiley, matches with who was it, Billy Kidman, and drills with Pritchard and Steve Kern.
Wow.
It was just nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts, you know, and I'm sure NXT's is, you know, just as intense.
Man.
So
October, man.
yeah. We'll see how that goes.
Well, cool, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show and whatnot, man. You know, I was looking forward to this, so I'm glad, man. I wish you luck with all of it. Hopefully, iPay-per-view, you come out on the winning end. And
I hope so.
And hopefully those tryouts go well for you, man. You know,
I'm hoping so, man. You know, I've been doing this for a little while.
You get some Benefans.
Yeah, lots of Benefans.
Oh my God, should have them in every city.
Oh, really? Every city?
Every city.
Oh my God.
I mean, every city you tour.
That sounds pretty.
That's
great.
what you need to. You need to focus on that. Keep telling you this. But thanks again, buddy.
I appreciate the invite.
All right,
Thank
man.
you.
Cool. Oh, man, I recorded it. Yeah.